Oh no, welcome to Grandad's allotment. It's Christmas Eve today. Lovely sunny day, but it's absolutely blown and holy on the allotment, so I'm not going to get much done. I'm just coming to get my seeds and stuff for Boxing Day sowings really. So I've just put the kettle on and lit the fire, so I'm going to sit and sow through my seeds. See you in a bit. Right, come on Noel. Like I said, it's Christmas Eve. I was going to come. I've got an hour on the plot while Jane's off doing the last bit of shopping for Christmas. So I'll really only come up to pick up my stuff for my sowing my seeds on Boxing Day. So some little pots and stuff like that. But I needed to sort my seeds out because they're all in all sorts of places. I've got a few bits here which need sorting, which I haven't actually got to my boxes yet. So these were my sort of earlier in the year Wilco closed. These were the last of the Wilco seeds that I managed to get. You know, 5p each. So it's something we're not going to get next year. And you know, I think everybody's become accustomed to Wilco seeds. They're mainly flowers, to be honest. I'm not going to go through them, I'm just going to sort them out because none of them are for sowing just yet, but I will sort them out. Flowers. Leeks, so I need the leeks. So I'm just sorting out leeks and onions basically in my chilies. My chilies I'll do on New Year's Day. My leeks and onions I'll do Boxing Day. Well, actually it'll be the day after Boxing Day because I've got family over Boxing Day, so I'm not going to get a chance. But Jane's back to work on the day after Boxing Day, so I've got to take myself. So I'll be sowing seeds at home then, and in between Christmas and New Year, I've got the time off for to come over here and do some more tidying up. So it's really windy. We're in the middle of a storm again, and I don't think you can hear the wind, but yeah, it's pretty bad, and it's not worth getting out and doing stuff for. So right, I need to find my leeks and onions. These are some ones I've just bought as well. These were from Grown Local on the Potty Mouth garden channel. They're doing a bit of an offer, sort of grow with me series of leeks and onions on Boxing Day. So I've got from Wilco's Musselburgh leeks, which I do tend to do every year. Didn't do any last year because I didn't do any. Well, actually I did, and they're still there. They're still in the pots. They never got actually put out. They dried up and disappeared, you know, when I was working away. There's some spring onions there, which I can do. They're Ishikura. Onion, Red Baron. These are all from Grown Local, these ones. Onion Reinsberger, again from Grown Local, and these were an offer that he put together, so that you all got the same leeks and onions to grow. And then the other one is the leek Chef's White. So they're the three that's grown for the Grown Local in the Potty Mouth and sort of grow with me series. So that's Reinsberger, Red Baron Onion and Chef's White leek. But I will be doing Musselburgh as well, and a few spring onions, and there's just a few tomatoes that I added on to the order when I ordered some stuff. So Black Opal, Vivacious tomato, and Black Moon, which is an F1 variety. But I'll go through my tomatoes later in the year when I'm sowing them. So yeah, so Merry Christmas everybody. Let's say I'm just going to sort my seeds out, sort a few pots out to take home, and then head back. I've got an hour. I've got the fire on. I've got the coffee made. See, Winston, come here. Let's see, Winston. Winston's got his Christmas jumper on. Say hello, Winston. Who's that? Who's that? So yeah, we're gonna sort out our seeds, and I think Winston's just spotted something outside. You can hear it. Right, we'll see you all soon. Right, I've sorted through my boxes of seeds, and I've brought myself a little list of what I need to buy, and what I've got loads. You know, I've got boxes of seeds, but there's some sort of key ones which I do every year, and I need to sort of stock up. But onions, I found a few more onions, so that's the three I've got from the potty mouth, the Rainsberg, and Red Baron are the two onions, and then the Chef's White for the leek. I've found some Musselburgh leeks, and what are they? Saturnian 3. They might not come to anything because they went out of date 2019, but we'll give them a go. And then I found some more spring onions. I've got some ramrod and the Ishikura, which they'll go in, they'll be fine. They were packed in 23, so they're still in date. And I found a couple of packets of Wilko Elsa Craig as well, so they'll go in because they're due to be used up. So we'll see what happens with them. Anyway, so that's my onions. Chilies, I've not got a lot of different sorts of chilies, to be honest. Normally I save seed from what I've grown this year, but when I came up the other day, I just pulled everything out and they went in the compost bin. I haven't saved anything this year. I'm not harvesting anything this year. In fact, I didn't plant anything this year. The ones I put in were plants I bought. I don't know if you can remember, in the summer, because I was late with my chilies. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Late with my chilies, and I went to the garden centre. Where was it? Pity Me at County Durham, and I got a load of chilli plants for 50p each. I think I filled the whole chilli room and more for a fiver. So I think I got 10 or 12 different chilli plants, and there was Scotch bonnets in there, there was cayennes, there was banana shallots, not shallots, banana chilies, and they all did something. You know, they were pretty well established when I got them, but obviously they never got water and stuff. They tend not to fruit until you abuse them and leave them anyway, you know, stop watering them. So I did get fruit, but the fruit's gone over anyway. So I haven't saved any seeds this year. So what I've got is just from the last sort of few years. So I've got things like, you know, the Hungarian hot wax and stuff, the cayenne, Chenzo black, the Joe's long, you know, all the standard sort of things that everybody goes, you know, the Scotch bonnets. So really, I've got stuff, but you know, they're probably a couple of years old. I probably need to refresh and get some new chilies in. Anybody got any recommendations for chilies that'll grow well in the UK? You know, fairly short season, although I'm going to sow them in January. They'll take a long time to germinate because I haven't got lights and stuff. They will be on a heated bed in the shed at home, but they'll not have light apart from, you know, being on a southern facing window. So no extra lights. So they will, you know, take a long time to germinate. I understand that. But anything that'll get a decent crop, decent flavour, you know, not too hot. You know, I'm not with blowing my head off sort of stuff on chilies, but you know, any recommendations for a decent all-round chili? Peppers, capsicums, I'm not really bothered about. Standard sort of bell peppers. I've done them before. They take ages to germinate, very little outcome, and you can buy them in the shop for like half a dozen for 90p or whatever. So I've checked through my other seeds, and some of the stuff I need to buy or get before I start the season. Brassicas, I'm not doing too much this year. I've still got some broccoli in there, and I've still got some Brussels sprouts that have not come to anything, you know, and it's just a waste of space, you know. If I don't have it under the cloche, the cabbage whites sort of decimate them. You know, as soon as one cabbage white gets in, you know, it's gone. So I'm not too bothered about brassicas. You know, cabbages, I don't eat that many, to be honest. We have them on a Sunday dinner, but you know, half a cabbage will last a week. But I do like kale. And kale doesn't tend to get affected by the cabbage whites for some reason, especially if you go for like the Cavolo Nero or the dark red, you know, certain curly kale. They don't, I don't know what it is, must be too strong for them, I suppose. So yeah, I'll go for curly kale and kohlrabi are my two main brassicas. Did really well with kohlrabi last year. You can just put it in, leave it. It doesn't need to be closhed. The cabbage whites tend not to affect it. Maybe it's because it's a little bit lower down. They don't see it, or they blow over it. So kohlrabi, and you can put lots in a bed. And you know, cabbages take up a lot of room for what you get from it. But kohlrabi does really well. But I only do the purple one and the white one. And then spinach last year. I love spinach. I eat it quite a lot. I eat it quite a lot in omelettes, green omelettes, lovely. Wife doesn't like them, but I love them. Last year I grew Matador and perpetual spinach. The Matador has really big leaves. Now I like small baby spinach, but you know, I'll take whatever. Matador cropped really well. I just did 2 rows and it cropped really well, but as soon as the first frost got away, it went. Perpetual spinach lasts a little bit longer, but it tends to bolt and get really big. So I'm looking for an idea for a spinach that sort of lasts more or less all year round. I can just keep sort of picking at it, but maybe with smaller leaves, you know, baby size leaves. So yeah, that's my brassicas. I'm sure spinach is a brassica. Yeah. Beetroot. I can't stand beetroot myself, but the wife loves it, so I've got to grow it. I've done loads of different sorts. You know, the coloured rainbow ones, you know, red, yellow, white ones, you know, but the wife says, you know, they don't taste, you know, as good as a standard beetroot. So the one that everybody grows, Bolt Hardy, it'll be going in again. And the cello one, you know, the candy stripe one. But the wind's just blown a load of ashes out the fire. Looks like it's snowing. So that's my beetroot, 2 sorts of beetroot. Doing lots of. I'm just going to shut that up because I'm getting covered in ash. Squashes. I haven't got room for squashes in beds. This year I grew them up the bean arch. And I did all right with them, to be honest. They took a little while for to grow up, but they were obviously just left. Got ash blowing in my coffee. So, just left to their own devices. And to be honest, I didn't find the squashes until I come to, you know, pull it all down. But I got quite a few. So patty pan I can put into beds and just leave them there, so they'll do all right. And I went for mini munch this year, which I'll do again, which are a small pumpkin, you know, about year big. I don't know, about the size of a small, you know, football, and they were really good. I got 3 or 4 off one plant, and basically I just left them to their own devices, and they were away. So that's probably the 2 I'm going to do. I would love to do big pumpkins again. I used to do big pumpkins before I had the raised beds. You know, it was my dad's allotment. I remember doing a few outside the greenhouse very early on when I did my videos, and we had some really massive ones, but they've got to be in the ground, and you know, they just take over. So the idea of growing ones that grow vertically over the beans is the best way for me. Beans, speaking of beans, I've done loads of runner beans and that in the past, and the ones I tend to do most of all are the Guinness variety, Guinness World Record breaking variety. You get a really long runner bean, really nice tasting, good crop, but unfortunately I'm the only one that eats them. I love them, but I'm the only one that eats them at home, so I'm not going to do, and I didn't do any this year, any sort of runner beans. The beans that we eat the most, the same with broad beans. I've done broad beans for years. My dad used to always do them, and I love them, but I'm the only one in the house that eats them. So you ended up with, you know, a freezer full of broad beans that nobody eats, and you throw them out when you need room in the freezer. So I'm not doing broad beans. I didn't last year. Normally I used to do them over winter and stuff, just as a cover crop, but not bothering. And I'm just doing French climbing beans because that's what we eat. You know, it's no good growing stuff to be wasted and not eaten. So French climbing beans, I'll do the green ones and I'll do the purple ones, and that's it. I've done dwarf beans before, but they just take up room in a bed where I can put other stuff. I've got a dedicated bean archway for climbing, so I use climbing beans. And that's it really, apart from my tomatoes. My tomatoes is just another ball game altogether. I've still got loads of seeds. I did about 30 odd different varieties last year, of all heritage and heirloom seeds. In that respect, that was a bad idea. Well, I don't know if it was a bad idea. If I had been around and looked after them, it probably would have been okay. But I just wasn't around. So I'm definitely going to do some normal bog standard tomatoes, you know, Gardener's Delight or Moneymaker, Ailsa Craig, something, you know, that gives us a good crop, and I've got a guaranteed crop of decent tomatoes. And then I'm going to do the heirloom stuff as well as an extra, and I've already got the seeds for them because I've got loads from last year. So I'll talk about them when I start sowing them in the spring. So that's my seeds sorted for 2024. I've got a few bits to buy, which I've checked through. You know, I haven't got. Anybody's got any suggestions for the chilies? You know, grown in the northeast of England, cold temperature, no heating, in a chili house, so it gets red hot in there, but you know, not initially for the sun. It'll be on a bed, a heated bed, and that's it, in a warm shed. You know, the shed's got a radiator in it, and that's it. So any suggestions, let us know. Just a quick thank you to everybody for liking and subscribing, and wish us all a Merry Christmas. See you all on, well, day after Boxing Day for some my onions and my leeks. Catch you all later.